listen to CHAMP, Imagine a Workstation, and this is Jam, the Peter in the mix, and check this out.
You are watching Carlisle Speaks Wall Street, and I want to wish everybody a happy Saturday. I just wanted to check in with you very briefly and let you know what I've been up to, because I know it's been a while. So it's been a while because it's been very, very busy. A lot of stuff going on. And this weekend, as you guys know, I'm how should I describe myself? I'm a very fun person. Very fun person, right? I always have a lot of exciting things going on. So it is a beautiful Saturday, and I am playing around with my new laptop. I just got a new Asus laptop. Now, let me do a quick sound check, make sure the sound is good here. Just bear with me one moment. All right, so it sounds like the sound is pretty good. Let me just do one final check. If you're listening in to the chat, go ahead and comment, say hi, and let me know how the sound is. Pretty good. Let me just do one final check. If you're listening, yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. All right, so I just got a new laptop, and the main purpose of this laptop, hopefully you guys can see this. This is the Asus E200. I know you can not really see it that well, but there it is. Asus E200. Let me show you some of the, hopefully you can see some of this. See the ports on the side there. So I know it's not really focusing very well, but right there is your Ethernet, HDMI. That should be like USB 3, and there's probably USB 2. That I cannot see what that is because it's all blurry. I don't know what that is on the end there. But on the other side, there's a VGA output right there. And also, looks like another USB port. That's the headphone microphone jack. That's the SD slot right there. And that's pretty much it for the most part. There's some handy indicators on the front there, the typical power and all that good stuff. So this features an i3 processor, so it's not the fastest, but for my needs it's pretty good, because the purpose of this is I needed a mobile coding workstation. Basically, P-Dog 190. He says lightning port. I don't think it's a lightning port. It looks like a lock. It's got the Kensington symbol, so I think that's where you put the laptop lock on there. Yeah, I don't think a lightning port's on this thing. So it features the Sonic Master sound mumbo jumbo. Anyway, this is supposed to be my coding a mobile powerhouse. I don't know why I said powerhouse, because there's not really much power here. But basically, this is to facilitate me doing my, can you even see this, the way I'm holding this? This is to facilitate my coding on the go. Now, any of you who know me know that I am literally like walking around with this with a laptop a lot of times, and I'm actually coding. I'm doing Python, shell scripting, whatever. So I wanted something lightweight, something small, that I can dedicate to doing that. And I also wanted to have something where I could install Ubuntu on it. Like, this is going to be an Ubuntu laptop. It came with Windows 8, which whatever. It's got a nice touchscreen, which is cool. But look at the problems that I've got. I don't know if you guys have installed Ubuntu Studio. Now, one of the big problems I had with this laptop is it does not have a CD drive. It does not have a CD drive. Normally, what I would do is you go to the website. Let me see if I can let's go to the website so I can show you that. So let's put down the laptop, step away from the laptop. Let's go to the website here, Ubuntu Studio. So bear with me 1 second. Let's get the center display. So we're going to show you. Okay, so here's the Ubuntu website. So you can go to the Ubuntu website and you can download the Ubuntu. I was trying to do Ubuntu Studio 17.04. So pretty much you download it. What you're downloading is an ISO file. It's an ISO file, and generally what you would do is you would use that file to actually create a disk, a boot disk, where you're going to boot to that disk and actually install the operating system. So that's a general idea. Download the ISO. Use that to create a disk, a boot disk, where you can a boot/installation disk, where you can sort of pop that into the drive. You can boot up the computer with that drive, that disk drive, with the disk in there, obviously, and then start the installation process, install it, and then you're good to go. Ubuntu. But there is no disk drive. So without a disk drive, there are a couple of different options, and there's like a Ubuntu tour. That's not really relevant to what I'm talking about, but there is a just bear with me 1 second. We are live, and when we're live, things don't necessarily go as smoothly as you necessarily want to, because there's no editing here, right? So yeah, so the thing with this is I'm running into a problem during the installation, and the problem is, and I'm jumping the gun here. So how do you install without a CD drive? You can install using a USB. Let me show you. Actually, I have one right here. I don't think this has enough space on it, but in theory, how much space is this? I don't even know. This is something I got from the auto show. So you can use something like this. I'm only showing you the branding. Let's show you the actual deal here. So this is basically this is their press kit. And on here, it's a USB, basically YouTube port right there. You can plug that right into the USB port. So this is like a flash drive that they actually have their images and whatever on it. But bottom line is you can use something like this to put your Ubuntu on here to actually boot from this and actually do your installation. Now, I don't think I have currently a flash drive that is big enough. I mean, I could just go to the store and pick one up, but I don't think I necessarily have one. So I was looking for another way to do this. I'm actually checking it right now, just out of curiosity to see what kind of space is on there. But what I was gonna do is there in some instances you can actually install from, where is this thing? My computer doesn't even recognize it. I don't even see it. But anyway, so you can actually install from an SD card, but a lot of computers don't support that. So that is a potential issue. So what I was trying to do was, let me see if I can recall what I was trying to do. Oh, there's a way that you can actually do the installation without using an SD card. What I did is I actually took the ISO file, I put it on an SD card, not to boot from it, but let me see if I have one right. I mean, you guys know what an SD card looks like. So you have a little SD card like this. I put it on an SD card, and I put the SD card in the laptop. I copied the ISO file locally to the laptop, and then I downloaded a handy program that allows you to actually install directly from the ISO file without actually using a disk. Isn't that awesome? You don't need to waste your time downloading ISO, burning a disk, and then put the disk in and booting up to you don't need to do all that. Just download the ISO, download this small program, and you can go ahead and install it. So let me see if I can get the link for you guys. So and let me take a quick look in the chat. So we've got PDog190. Are you doing a dual boot on it? I was thinking about whether I should do a dual boot or not, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a dual boot or not. So I guess the answer is no. I mean, when I say I'm not sure, I'm more talking about, maybe perhaps down the road I might want to actually change it to be a dual boot. But initially, that was not the plan. That was not the game plan. So if you want to install Ubuntu without doing the disk and all that kind of stuff, it's easy to find it. I'm going to find it right for this is what you would do. So you can do a simple Google search. You can say install, install Ubuntu without USB. And it should pop up. So there it is, Wooby. Now you can't see this, so let me bring it up so you can see it. Let's see, that is my center display. I got so many screens. It's confusing sometimes. All right, so if you do a simple Google search, you will find this tool, which is called Wooby. Now I'm going to give you a little trip about Wooby. Wooby, you want to find the Wooby that is for the version of Ubuntu that you are installing. So don't just go looking for this Wooby program and just download whatever, because it's not going to work. You're going to get a failure. You have to get the version that matches the release that you're trying to install. But once you download this, the appropriate version to your Ubuntu that you're trying to install, like I'm doing 17. If you're gonna install 17, you need to get this Wooby for 17, and then so you have the ISO file on the laptop or the computer, laptop, right? And then you have the Wooby executable there as well. So you go ahead and you run Wooby, and Wooby is actually going to start the installation process. You can go ahead and select which partition you want to install it on, and all that good stuff, and then you start it. Now the only problem is easier said than done. That's why I unplugged you. Untethered. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. I don't know if you can see this. Probably can't see it. So I've got to go and figure out the solution to this. It's probably so small you probably can't see it. But basically, this is the error that I'm getting right now. So the error states, error, verification failure, 15, access denied. So I don't know what that means. I copied the error, and now I'm trying to do some research here. I think I had the link up where I was looking for information about this. And let's see. I'm not sure. So it's Wooby error. I don't know if this is necessarily coming from Wooby, to be honest. But it says verification failed. 15. I'm not even going to do it like literally what it says. This is good enough. Access denied. Okay, so verification failed, 15, access denied. There's a solution from 2015. He's got some information there as well. Access denied. Access denied. Yeah, so here's the links that I clicked on before. You can see they're already in purple, which means I clicked on them already. And now let's just, out of curiosity, let's add Asus. Maybe somehow it's Asus related. So Asus is not really helping as far as the results. So it may not be specific to Asus. So I'm gonna look through this and see what I can find out. But that's my mission. I gotta solve this problem, which is halting my installation. And then once I do that, I'm going to complete my studio installation and get it all set up. and I'll try to see, because I wanna, because right now on this machine that I'm on, the machine that I built from the ground up. This is actually a I got, what shell am I using? This is it's a cooler, master case that I bought. It's a cooler master case. I picked out the motherboard and the memory and all the components and built it up. But this machine, what I do for Ubuntu is I actually have a virtual machine. So I'm actually running it on a virtual machine. You're not getting feedback from me. So I have a virtual machine, and that's how I run Ubuntu. But I wanted to have a full Ubuntu setup. Not a virtual machine, like the real deal. So not only did I want to be able to do my coding, mobilely, so when I'm commuting and things like that, I wanted something lightweight that I could do that. I could work any place, anytime, go to the park, train, bus, plane, you name it. Anytime I want to do coding, I can do it. That's why I got the laptop. But also, I wanted a full Ubuntu system that's not running on a virtual machine. Let's see. Abhis, I can't even pronounce your name. AC, I'm gonna call you AC. Here's Sunday in India. So I guess it's Sunday in India. Happy Sunday! I guess you saw the beginning of the live stream. Can I do a dual boot of Ubuntu on a Surface with Windows 10? I don't see why not. There's really no reason why you shouldn't be able to do a dual boot. Of course, like anything technical, you could potentially run into some issues, right? There's always potential issues that you can run into, but I don't think anything specific to you shouldn't do this or can't do this. It's just a matter of figuring out how to do it. Like, for example, what I'm doing is definitely something that can be done. I'm just trying to install using Woobi to install Ubuntu on this laptop without using any external media at all. It's definitely something that can be done. People have done it before, but clearly there's a specific issue that I'm running into, perhaps unique to this laptop or unique to the fact that a laptop is running Windows 8. Clearly there's something unique to this setup and other people's setup, the other people who have the same errors. There's a common denominator, something about their setup, the hardware, the software, that generates this kind of error when you're doing the installation. I mean, of course, there could be a problem with the build or the release, Ubuntu 17, but the latest I think is 18, so that's not even the latest one. So I would think by now this should be a nice, solid, stable release. So I really doubt it's the release. I mean, as a troubleshooting step, I could try another release. But before I do that, what I want to do is actually go through and see what it says. So for example, we see here, verification failed, access denied. So let's see what it's saying as far as the reason why. I'm gonna get the chat out of here. So I want to keep an eye on the chat to see if you guys have any questions or what's going on. So, but I also need to keep an eye on my live feed to make sure the stream is good. Okay, that's good. The beauty of having multiple screens. I got a screen here, a screen there, a screen there, a screen there. Screens everywhere. But still not enough because I'm overlaying. I have the chat on top of the live stream command center. I'm using OBS, so I've got a screen that shows me. So it's got two windows in the program. One window shows me the next cut, and the next one shows me the live cut. Meaning, one is showing me what you are seeing right now live. On the left, I can see what's going to come next. So for example, if I wanted to show my channel page, I can see it right now on the left, but you can't see it yet. Now I'm going to transition. So now you guys can see it, right? And now I can turn that off. And look, it says I'm live. I'm live. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. So yeah. Anyway, so let's see what it says. And if you guys listening in have seen this before, obviously let me know. I am trying to figure this out live with you. So I'd appreciate any help you could provide. Either way, this is going to be my fun Saturday task. Since today, when I start or restart my PC, I immediately get a blue screen which says verification failed 15, access denied. Interesting. And this is operating systems. Microsoft Windows 8. Remember, I'm doing an Ubuntu installation. I'm not 100% sure where this error message is coming from. I don't know the source. It doesn't claim a source. It doesn't say Windows. It doesn't say Ubuntu. It doesn't say Wooby. It's just a blue background and some text. So I have no way of knowing who is generating this error. I would want to assume that it's Wooby, but potentially it could even be Ubuntu itself because I'm not even sure how Wooby works. So I don't know the steps. So I don't know what it was trying to do just before this error popped up. These are kind of things I would want to know to troubleshoot this. But bottom line is, again, I don't know where this error is coming from. I don't know what's generating this error. I made an assumption that it's Unix or Linux related, but it may actually not be. And now that's what I'm thinking right now based on what we see. This is a post that has nothing to do with Unix or Wooby. This is a guy posting about Windows 8. What do you know? I'm running Windows 8. So I'm going to guess, I'm going to take a stretch here, and I'm going to guess this might actually be a Windows 8 error. So I probably was going down the wrong sort of path to figuring out this thing. So Windows 8 is having the problem. I may want to, but then I couldn't use Wooby. I wonder if I start in safe mode, if that matters. That's another thing I was thinking. I could start in safe mode, or I was thinking about installing sort of a provisional operating system. This is getting complicated. I don't want it to be unnecessarily complicated. Maybe I could do a I wish there was a way. I don't know if there is a way to do this, but if there's a way that I could just download all of the installation files. And I'm still probably subject to this Windows 8 problem. It's a Windows 8 problem. And there's also a network install. I could install it from the network. So I'm not really sure. I really got to think about, how I want to do this. But this guy's saying, I press return to enter, okay, and I get another blue screen. Key management. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Sounds like you have a grub issue, which there is little support for in this forum. You might want to try Linux. Wait a minute. Why does he say Linux? I need to read more about this. What is this? If I select continue boot, I boot directly into Windows 8, despite my system being dual boot with a Linux distribution. So Linux comes back into the picture. But I think I did search for Wooby, so maybe that's why this came up. I might want to do a search without Wooby, because I'm making an assumption that it's Wooby related. Let's just say that. So nothing Linux related. I'm getting the same links. See, maybe it's a pattern. Maybe not a pattern, but it's related. So maybe it is related to. It's not just a Windows 8 problem. It's not just an Ubuntu problem. It's a combination. It's the interaction between the two operating systems. So maybe trying to do a dual boot or trying to install Ubuntu on a machine that has Windows 8 on it. Like the two may not be going together well. But this person just responded, you got to go to a Linux forum. Let's see what else is next. Latest grub package has a problem with secure boot. Grub 2 package. See below for more details. Secure boot. I think I have my homework set for me. Here's another link. Mail. Okay. Disable. Problem solved. I have to disable secure boot in the BIOS security tab. Disable secure boot in the BIOS. All right. So let's see. Access denied. All right. Fail to load image. Shim UEFI key management. Press any key to perform. Okay. I think that other guy mentioned something about this as well. Yep. Shim UEFI key management. Okay. So let's see about this secure boot thing. Maybe that's what it is. So I'm waiting for it to boot up right now. Actually just booted up, so let's see. Well, it's not completely done. I wish you guys could see the laptop, but I can't. You know, it's a separate computer, obviously, so it's not connected to any of my streaming software. So I guess while that's booting up, let's see what else we can find. So right now what we're looking to do is I'm going to try and see if I can disable secure boot in the BIOS security tab. So the next question that I would have is Asus secure boot. Actually, I didn't mean to type that. I want to type in Asus, what is it, 200E? 200E BIOS. I need help. Let's see. BIOS. I can't even think. I wanted to say something else and then just BIOS. BIOS what? But I can't. For some reason, I'm at a loss for words once in my life. I couldn't think how I wanted to articulate. How to reset BIOS. That turn your device on again and quickly press the F2 key. That's what it is. It's F2. All right, so let's do that. So let's turn it off. Okay, F2. All right, we're in the BIOS. Yoo! Look at that. I made it. We're in. We are in. I'm in the BIOS. We are gonna hook it up. All right, so let's see what we got going here. So, American Megatrends version 204. Access level administrator. Boot. Why don't we go to the boot menu looking for secure boot options, right? Fast boot enabled. Launch CSM disabled. Wow. It already mentions Ubuntu. So Ubuntu has already messed with the boot partition, I'm going to assume, because in the BIOS, it's referencing boot option 1, Windows Boot Manager, boot option 2, it says Ubuntu Studio. This is a Windows 8 laptop. It didn't have anything Ubuntu until I started trying to install it. So I'm going to assume that that's what it is related to. Oh, there's a secure boot control under security, not boot. So I'm going to leave these. I'm going to stop messing around with things. I don't want to distract our troubleshooting here because I found what I was looking for. So I don't want to change anything that's not relevant. But I will change one thing. It's set for fast boot. I'm going to change that to disabled. Enables or disables boot with initialization of minimal set of devices required to launch active boot option. Has no effect for BBS boot options. That's not 100% clear, but I want to see any kind of logging when it boots up. So I'm going to disable fast boot. Just in case that's covering up some of the... So let's do... secure boot control is in the security menu. I'm going to go ahead and disable that. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and reboot, save and exit, save changes and exit. And what did we want to do here? Ubuntu Studio. Okay, so it's booting up now. So I'm going to try the Wooby again and see if it works this time. All right, let's take a look in the chat. You guys just joining, click on the like button. Really appreciate it. Say hi, say what's up. P-Dog 190 is in the house. We got at least one person into Sunday already. We got Rosso. We've got Rosso Vranjevac is in the house. All right, we just booted up. We booted up, guys. Let's see what happens. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna restart the installation process. I'm gonna try to see if I can accommodate you guys. Let's put the chat in here a little bit. That's nice. Let's put the chat in the window here so I can see it. That's good. Oh, I didn't want the full screen. Nooberific. All right, so what I want to do is zoom, and I boom. Okay, sorry. Video capture device. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Messing up my branding here. All right, so I'm going to show you. So here it is. We just booted up. And now I'm going to show you this Wooby. 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 I love my Wooby. Do you love your Wooby? You got any Wooby in your life? People complain about this laptop saying the touchscreen sucks, but I don't know, man. It's cool enough. I know it's kind of difficult pressing on little small things, but it does the job. So I got this in a downloads folder, I think. Documents, videos, libraries. I think it's in a downloads folder. Okay, so I got Wooby 16 installed on here. Little access control prompt. So now it's going to tell me that it detected Ubuntu and it's going to ask me to uninstall it. See, that's probably what that says. I can't see what it says, but that's probably what it says. So that's kind of blurry, but anyway. Rosso loves my enthusiasm. Your previous installation was detected, so now I'm going to uninstall it. Hey, man. Everyone should always do what they love. Do what you love, right? You're going to always have an edge over other people when you do what you love. And you're going to live a happier, healthier life when you're doing something you love. I love technology. I love working with this stuff. And so, of course, I'm enthusiastic. Rosso? How do you pronounce that? Because I see you got a special character on the S. Is it like Rosso? Rosso or... I don't know. Anyway, so now this is what you see. I don't know if I can make this window bigger. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. The Wooby. Woo, 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 wooby. Wooby, wooby, wooby. All right, so there's the menu you get. I know this is not ideal, but I'm trying here. It's difficult to show you something through the camera because I can't live stream this through the streaming software. So anyway, what you can't see on there probably because it's all blurred out is I might have to manually focus the camera. Maybe that's the secret here so you guys can see. Give me a second here. I got camera controls that I can manually operate. So, okay, so let's do manual focus. And maybe we can get this to work a little bit better. That's worse. Horrible. That's probably as good as it's going to get, folks. So as you can see here, it says installation disk drive, upper left-hand corner. So right now it's set to the C drive. But I can change that and choose the D drive. I don't know if I can. I'm not going to try that right now. I'm pushing it as it is. You have your language selection. You have your installation size. It's set to 20 gigabytes. And then there is desktop environment. It says Ubuntu Studio, bottom left. And then on the right, you have the username and password it's asking you to set. So I'm going to enter that information and then click on install, and then we'll see if we get that access error again. So the drive is going to be tricky. Let's see. Let's test out this touchscreen now. So there's your drive. Oh, look at that. So you can choose another drive. Ah, fail. Try it again. Fail. Ah, I'm never going to get this. Fail. Oh, it's not gonna work, guys. Not holding it like this. All right, so let me just do this and stop goofing around. All right, so I'm trying to do it on the D drive. I figured that might be a good idea just to start. I just want to get out of this Windows 8. CW. Put in my password. Hey, everybody listening right now, please close your eyes. Do not look at my password. I'm typing in my password. I would appreciate it if you guys don't copy. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's get the Asus branding shot so you guys don't copy my password. Because I know you guys came here and subscribed because of my hacking video. How to hack Google Chrome's history. So I know what you guys are all about. You're not going to hack my password. All right, install. All right, now it's doing its thing.
Options are just like coupons.
Sir, Unibrow, Alpha Delta Delta.
I have two great reasons why you should subscribe to this channel right now. What is the bid price? Number one, because you want to learn all about trading and trading technology and not fall asleep and not get a headache. My videos make you smile and make you finally understand complex topics like no other. Number two, because rather than listen to me self-promote, you're going to take a look at what some of my viewers are saying about my videos. Don't take my word for it. The proof is in the pudding or the comments.
This is Carlisle Speaks Wall Street, and today's definition is DMA. DMA. We want direct market access. DMA.
Rosso says, as a matter of fact, I first came here because of your Unix commands and shell scripts. Pretty cool. So I'm glad that you found me through that. So here it says, completing the Ubuntu Studio. I can't even read. Looked on phonics worked for me, or didn't. It says you need to restart, you need to reboot complete installation. Now it says I want to manually reboot later. Reboot now. So I'm going to choose reboot now. We want to reboot now. Let's get that Asus branding going. Alright, how much is Asus going to pay me for this? $0 and 0 cents. Thank you. You guys couldn't tell me the music was so loud. You guys couldn't hear a word I was saying probably. So it's oh wow, we did it! We did it! Yay! Look at that! Ubuntu! Ubuntu, Ubuntu, Ubuntu! We did it! Oh man, isn't that a great feeling when you solve something like that? That was it. Now I can actually complete my installation. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. Like, it's like I feel like I'm all over the place. Oh yeah, look at that. Problem solved live right here in the Computer Programming University. Let's get a round of applause. Look at that, baby. We are in business. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so let me get this blurry. You guys tolerate a little bit of blurry video, because I want you guys to. I want to share what's happening. You know, so it's more convenient. I wish it had a better autofocus that would change. And I have a solution for that. I'm going to be setting up my DSLR camera for the live streams. That has a better focusing system. But for now, we'll prioritize the laptop display over seeing my ugly face, right? Anyway, all right, so let me see what's going on here. Installed multimedia packages, untick to remove. Thank you, Rosso. Let's see, what do they want from me to do here? Audio, okay, this looks good. Continue. Verifying installation. All right, so let's go ahead and click on continue. So it just says verifying installation configuration. All right. Okay, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, folks. See that? All right, so I got so many screens. I still need more, to be honest. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it here with certain things. I'm trying to monitor the live stream. I got 2 windows for the stream software itself. So I got windows for the YouTube part of this. YouTube has the actual page that starts the stream. Then I have my streaming software, which is 2 windows. Then I have the stuff you guys are looking at. It's a lot. Got a lot of stuff going on. Okay. I guess I don't really necessarily need this particular window open at this time. Oh, I like how it says All Street in the background. All right. I wish there was a better way that I could not ruin my branding so much. Let's see. Let's scroll this over and move this up. Hopefully that works. All right, whatever. Here's my new configuration. All right, so let's continue. All right, so it says create amazing videos, blah 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 blah. So it's copying files. So it's actually still running through the setup process. So we're rolling along. Graphic artists and designers. See, it says copying files. So installation is rolling along. Hey, Rosso, what are you running on your computer? Do you have Ubuntu? Do you have Linux on there? What do you got going? And what is your interest in Linux anyway? Well, I got food on the stove right now. Rosso, everybody listening right now, what is your interest? Oh, you're using Windows. Hopefully not Windows 8 or Windows ME or Windows Vista or one of those really, really bad operating systems. I'm hearing a lot of negative things about Windows 8 as well. Windows 10, hearing different opinions on that. Use Ubuntu quite a few times. Where did you use Ubuntu, Rosso? Let me go check my pot on the stove. Still copying files. I'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere! Ugh. Don't you dare make fun of my little mini bowl here. So this is oatmeal. It survived. It didn't burn. The only thing is in the bottom of the pot, it was like stuck to the pot because it was there for so long. Look at how yummy that is. Look at all that oatmeal goodness. Mmm, yummy. This is the food of Linux administrators all over the world. Yeah, don't make fun of my little bowl. I need to do my dishes, all right? I need to do my dishes. I'm human. I'm normal like everybody else. Sometimes you get behind on things like doing the dishes. Unfortunately, I do not have a dishwasher here in this house. So, yeah. So this is what I got. I just looked in the cupboard and this is what I saw. It is super small, but whatever. I'm hungry. Anyway, so Rosso says, use Ubuntu a few times. Helped my sister install Ubuntu several weeks ago. It's still copying files, by the way, but it's almost done. Almost done. Okay, now it's on to the next phase. It says installing system. All right. So help my sister install Ubuntu. Did this thing move on me? Use Ubuntu quite a few times. Helped my sister install Ubuntu several weeks ago and totally love it. Right now, waiting to buy a new laptop and decided to install Linux right away. Nice. I love it being simple, fast, and without unnecessary things to slow down. Yeah, one of the things I really love about Linux is how it's what is it? Burger King, you can have it your way. You can have it your way. There are distributions that are small enough to fit on and run from a flash drive. I don't know where my flash drive is. I lost my flash drive. I mean, think about that. You can actually run the entire thing from a flash drive. These are like the media center distributions. So an entire distribution right in the palm of your hand. That's amazing, 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 amazing. So there's different levels. You can have something really complex, something super simple. There's distributions that are catering to certain types of activity in terms of what you want to use your computer for. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Having the options and having the customization. It's like operating system made to order, right? Windows, it's like it's trying to be something for everybody, right? All in one platform. As opposed to Linux, you have different distributions that cater to different type of people. So in the end, you're gonna get something that is much better. Looks better than the things I ate. What did you eat, Rosso? I know, booted some of them occasionally. All right, so it says configuring hardware. So we're at the configuring hardware step. You guys just joining, click on the like button. Really appreciate it. It says configuring hardware. I'd be interested to know how long this actually takes. Since I'm streaming this live, you'll know exactly how long it takes to do this installation. Not including the time it took to troubleshoot, right? Initially. That was definitely fun. Wall Street or financial trading technology. Oh, man. Wow. Training series right here in Carl Speaks Wall Street. Wall Street or financial trading technology. Oh, man. Wow. Houston, we have a problem. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, we got a problem. Another thing to troubleshoot. Thank you, blah, blah, blah. But look at that error message. We got another error message. No. I wish this autofocus would work better than this. Oh, there you go. Ah, for a split second you had it. Come on. Let's go. Web camera. Focus, focus. So close, so close. There you go, there you go. It only focused for a split second. It says, Grub installation failed. The Grub EFI AMD 64 signed package failed to install into Target without the Grub bootloader. The install system will not boot. That's nice to know. How did your interest in Linux start? My interest in Linux. That's a very good question. I got to think about that for a second. So, I think a lot of it came from, I'm an old guy now. So I started in the age just before Windows came out. I started actually with Apple II computers with no hard drives, disk-based computer system. So pretty much the computer by itself really did nothing. You had to actually have a floppy disk and insert it in there to use it. And then as far as the internet, I don't really remember all the details, but I do remember it's something to do with using the internet. Back then, there were certain things that we were doing that was, wow, so long ago, I don't remember. I just remember something about doing like telnet and all this kind of stuff. I don't remember, to be honest. I do know that I did get first exposed to the Linux world from way, way back when I used to hang out at places like MIT, believe it or not, and Northeastern University. I was always in the computer labs, and you know what it is? I think it was my curiosity. I think it was my curiosity is what it is. Just my curiosity about computers, and Linux was another operating system that I must have read about somewhere and had interest in. I don't know what it is that caught my interest, but I think it was just that in general. And then when I think at some of the computer labs, I think they were Linux based or something. And I remember my first introduction to computers and our internet was command line. Like that's how I started. Was command line. It was DOS and things like that. So I think that's what it is. So I started playing with DOS, so like doing command line stuff, and then at some point in time, I think they must have had like Linux workstations or something at the universities. And so I started playing around there. I think that was my sponge mode. I was trying to learn a lot of stuff, and I was very hungry to pick up on things. And they must have had these Linux machines, and I was like, all right, let me play around and do my reading online about different commands and how I could do different things. And that's kind of what started it. And then my first job on Wall Street was let's say my first high level job, or when Wall Street became relevant, because I was on Wall Street before the fact that I was on Wall Street was all that relevant, meaning the stuff I was doing was so low level that the business side really didn't matter that much to me. I wasn't really exposed to it. I was really in a purely technical standpoint, and it wasn't even all that technical because it was a really low level. But once I got beyond that to something more high level, where I was getting more exposure to the business side, that job was actually to be part of a systems team supporting a either Unix or Linux based system. So long ago I don't remember. And they actually hired me even though I didn't really have a formal Linux or Unix background. I had some exposure to it, but I really wasn't qualified to do that kind of stuff. I just knew some very, very basics, but they were sort of, they liked my motivation, they liked my eagerness to learn and my other skill sets, and I got the job, and that was my first kind of real dive into supporting a Linux or Unix system. And obviously to do the job I had to learn more, so I learned more at that job to do that job. And then ever since then, all of the systems that I've dealt with have been Unix or Linux based, at least on the back end. A lot of the stuff I do is back end related, so that's just been a key part of my career, and I definitely way back had the interest to doing like scripting and coding and programming. Those are things that definitely appeal to me. So obviously I took advantage of the Linux. You have scripting, so that's kind of where I started scripting, and definitely it was a big asset for my career. So I kept developing it and learning more and more and more. And now my latest venture is into the wonderful world of Python. Okay, Rosso is back. I don't know how far back you are because you paused the video, so you might be hearing what I'm saying like way later. I can't believe you started that early. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've had an interesting career because pretty much when I started on the internet was not a thing yet. The internet was a government thing and a university thing. So me as a teenager, which is when I started on the internet, it was not a mainstream thing at all whatsoever. Most people didn't know what the internet was. Again, the internet was a thing of universities and of the government. But mainstream, average Joe didn't know what the internet was all about. So there's really no, wow, how did I connect to the internet? This is so long ago now. I'm thinking because I wasn't using Windows. I must have been running. Wow. I'm starting to wonder, like, how did I actually connect to the internet? I must have been doing like Telnet or something. Wow. Now I'm really thinking. It's so long ago. What was I doing? I remember actually being on the internet, but I don't remember how I actually got on the internet. Like, what did I think you connected to a bulletin board. I think that's what it was. It was something through your internet service provider. You would connect with your modem to some kind of service provider, and then you would see like some kind of a menu of things that you could access. I think that's how it was, which is kind of how it is today, right? But now we're in a Windows world, right? So I mean, you right now you sign up with an internet service provider, and on your computer, you it's a little bit different though. I think what I'm describing is more of the sort of the American Online. I never use American Online, but that kind of thing where it's kind of hand holding. Because here with the internet, when you get an internet provider, they just connect you to the internet. That's it. Like, they don't really give you anything in terms of what you can access or what you can do. It's just they physically give you a connection to the internet. So now your computer is connected. Now you have the capability to do things on the internet, but you have to actually install a browser or some kind of internet related software on your computer and know your way around and do different things. Like, you're on your own. Like, they're just literally just plugging you in. Back then, if I'm not mistaken, the provider was like a full service provider where they're not just connecting you to the internet. They actually are sort of hand holding a little bit in terms of, here are the things that you can do on the internet. Through us, you can access this. Through us, you can access that. It's kind of like having a domain today, like where if you have a website, you can get a domain. Usually there's some kind of portal that you can log into. And from that portal, you'll have access to different things. Like, for example, maybe to set up a database, setting up your email, setting up shopping carts. All these different things are there. There's like a menu system, and you can go through and see what is available via, your host. So it was something kind of like that. But regardless, I think that is kind of how things started. And then like I said, later on, it was through my career. So Razo said, I'm sure everybody loves your enthusiasm. It's wonderful. Thank you. Around 2 minutes behind. Oh, wow. My God, it's amazing. All right, so now I got something else to figure out. Now I got this grub thing. So, man, I got to go back to the drawing board. Now, this is taking up a lot of my day here. I didn't want to spend the whole day doing this. But I guess I can start by getting rid of these. So now I can actually share this with you guys. You guys can see what's going on, because now we're gonna put aside the laptop for a second, because I need to figure out what the solution is to this current error. So let me share my center screen. So let's get rid of left and Ubuntu Studio, and there's a center. Let's get my ugly face out of the way and put me in the corner right there. And let's see. So we don't need this stuff anymore. This access denied. and I'll have to make a video to share this information with other people, which is that was the original purpose of creating the channel. I struggled with certain things, like for example this. I'm trying to install it, it gave me this error, and I got to do all this like Googling this and that and trying this, trying that, and I was like, why should someone else have to go through the same process? So let me share what I learned. So I created videos basically sharing what I learned, and also just like how I could go and Google myself, but you know, there's some things are not written necessarily in the best way. So I thought I would do things where it's easier to understand, and that was the basic idea behind, you know, when I started doing my videos online. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so you guys should be able, oh, not yet. Let's update you so now you can see what's going on. So now I don't need this stuff anymore. Let's get rid of that. We already solved that. I'll do a video sharing that with other people. Secure boot, secure boot. And we don't need the Asus tabs anymore. I know how to get into the BIOS now. I gotta hit the F2 button. So let's look up this error. So we got grub installation failed. Grub installation failed. Failed to install into target. Failed to install. Okay, so that looks like something good. Gotta love the community. Gotta love the online community. Can you imagine trying to just figure this out on your own without any assistance from anyone? Solved. So we got a lot of good information out there. And I hope you guys are enjoying the live stream and this is helpful to you guys, entertaining to you guys, or whatever benefit you get from the stream. But I'm not gonna run it too much longer because I already spent a lot of time. I mean, it's great. This is educational. It's my first time installing an operating system on a machine without a drive, without a disk drive or whatever, and also currently with the current hardware, you know, the way things are set up. So, you know, I learned about that new tool that I told you about, the Wooby tool or software, and it's my first time installing this Ubuntu Studio, this release. So it's definitely beneficial, but time is very precious, and I spent a lot of time on this today. There's other things I want to accomplish. I wanted to do some studying, do some code work and stuff like that. So I don't want to kill too much of my time with this. It's kind of, you know, when I'm doing the live stream, I'm showing you guys the video, I'm managing the stream and all these different windows, and that's essentially slowing me down. So I'm going to go a little bit more, and then I'm going to end the stream so I can focus on what I'm doing and get this resolved more quickly. So I apologize for that, but again, time is a very precious thing. So I have a Lenovo 410. Failed. System will not boot. Looks like my error. Let's see what they say. see the pattern? People keep mentioning internet. So this might be internet related somehow. This is the second guy. This guy's answer was kind of convoluted, a lot of information here, but he did reference the internet, I believe. He said a network problem. Then this guy says internet connection. In my case, I skip install grub by running from the terminal using the following command. It also means that you have to install grub by your bare hand. After Ubuntu has been installed, don't restart because you haven't had bootloader yet. You have to install grub on your PC. Rosso said you had to use some kind of grub repair to get this solved. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna at least document what this error is saying, get as many clues as I can. So let's get Notepad. All right, so grub installation failed. Because once I click anything on the laptop, this is going to go away. I need to keep track of this so I can keep doing research on what it's saying. And let me keep track of the actual file it references. grub-efi-amd 64. What the hell was that? Whoa, don't go to sleep on me. Dash signed. Okay. So that's what it referenced. And then package failed to install into Target. Package failed to install into Target. Now, what I also want to note is that on the bottom, the installation process says, or progress says, installing the grub2 package. So we know specifically which package that might be helpful in the troubleshooting. Okay, so let's see what my options are on the laptop. So if I click OK, installer crashed. We're sorry, the installer crashed. After you close this window, we'll allow you to file a bug report. Okay. So I wonder what the state of this laptop is. Is Windows collecting problem information? I wonder if Windows 8 is now not functioning. You know? So it wants me to send some kind of report. Aha. Network problem. See? There's something wrong with the connectivity on this. But it never asked me about setting up. Oh, wow. Wow. So when was I supposed to set this up? Now I'm looking at it. There's a bar on the top of the screen. That bar has like a little connectivity icon. You click on that, you can see all these networks, but we're not connected to anything. So maybe I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy yapping away on the video. But there was never a process where I was supposed to choose the networking stuff. So maybe that's the problem. People said networking issues. And here it is. There's an actual networking issue. So now I'm putting in my code. Connection established. Oh, wow. I do remember seeing... Oh, man, this is my fault. I remember while I was busy trying to show you guys the screen, I that pop-up that just showed that I'm connecting to my Wi-Fi, that pop-up was there, but I didn't get to read it because I was too busy trying to get the focus and all this kind of stuff. By the time I turned the laptop around, it went away. So that was a while ago. So that was probably when I should have connected to the network. But I was too busy goofing around with the stream. So now, hopefully I can go back. I don't want to start the whole process over. But definitely I'll pay attention next time. Now I'm on the internet. I wish I could start it over, but it's already crashed. So I can't go back. I might have to start over again. This is probably my fault. I screwed it up. Yeah, so my strategy right now is I am going to try to restart the installation, pay more attention, look for the Wi-Fi connectivity section, make sure it's connected to my Wi-Fi, and then see if that actually solves it. That'll be awesome if it does. This kind of sucks that I got to waste time because I already went through so much of the installation already. And I don't even know what the state of this laptop is. Will it even boot up to anything? I mean, Linux is not working. It's not, the installation crashed. Will Windows boot up? And right now, I got a black screen. Okay, all right, Windows 8 is still there. All right, I was getting a little nervous there. So Windows 8 is still there. So now I guess we got to do the uninstall with the Wooby and start over. Yep, we're good to go. It's horrible. All right, so let's scroll this up and all apps. Let's start the Wooby tool. So I think what I'm going to do as far as the stream is I'm going to continue as long as things are flowing. The problem is if I need to troubleshoot, I don't want to do that live where I'm showing you the screen and what all that kind of stuff is slowing me down. This I don't mind because I'm just rolling. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna start the installation again. I can easily multitask with this. But anything complicated that I have to like troubleshoot, I'm just gonna end the stream at that point. So it's asking me to remove. So it's removing, uninstalling Ubuntu Studio. So now we're back to here. Right? So now I'm just going to, first of all, let's update this nonsense. Banner low, we want not center, but black banner, Ubuntu Studio. Where is my banner?
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.
So pretty much back where we started. I'm just going to go ahead and choose the D drive, second partition. Let's go ahead and put the username in here. Okay. All right, so that's rolling along. Wish me luck. All right, now to get some more oatmeal. I shall be right back. nice if I turn the music down and turn the mic back on, right? So I was gonna try to monitor the live stream from my Kindle Fire, which is a really bad tablet. But depending on what you're using it for, it could be a cool option because I got this for $50, $50, and this has better resolution than my old $300 Samsung Galaxy Note 2. So to get a tablet with decent resolution, I think it's HD, like maybe 1080p or something. The speakers are so loud. This is like twice the volume of my Galaxy Tab. I mean, it's really loud. This is loud enough to entertain a room of people. Imagine an average living room. Like most of the people in the living room will be able to hear the sound pretty good on this. So basically the software, the hardware is fine. It's their Amazon software is horrible, but there's a way to hack this to where you can put Google software on here. So now it's rebooting. I'm gonna reboot now. So that might be something I might cover on the channel in the future, you know, hacking your Kindle to put the Google Play software, because the Amazon software sucks, because it's really all about the software, right? So, but yeah, it doesn't allow me to view the live stream. When I search for the channel name, it does say that I'm live. When I click on the live button, I don't get anything. When I go to the channel page, there's nothing. But I don't know, it's probably this crappy Kindle software. Look at this. Maybe you can see that. Where is it? There you go. See, it says live now. So it's saying that my channel is live right now. But I can't click on the stream. So Ubuntu is starting up. Oh, I wanted you guys to see this. See that? Ubuntu Studio. So let's see if there's a thing for the internet. Not yet. I gotta pay attention this time, right? So I'm gonna look for that top bar and also that little Wi-Fi pop-up that showed up before that I missed. So right now, black screen, little circle in the middle. Whoa. Stop goofing around. That's how I screwed up the last time, right? Come on, baby. I just got the arrow now. I got the cursor. Come on, come on. Come on, Rosso. Cross your fingers for me. I get this done. I'm installing Ubuntu on my new laptop. I'm live streaming using 3 displays, coordinating music, my ad and branding, and I'm trying to see if I can pull up the live stream on my Kindle Fire, and I'm eating oatmeal. How's that for multitasking? Oh, Rosso's eating. What is going on? It's... Oh, please don't tell me I got another issue now. It's still showing just the cursor. Oh, man. Don't tell me I got another problem. I don't remember it taking this long. Let me see if the hard drive light is spinning. The hard drive light is not spinning. Oh, man. Oh, this is horrible. This doesn't look good, guys. If the hard drive light is not flickering, then I don't think it's doing anything. I can't monitor the CPU at this point. This is not looking good. I think something about, if I'd done it right the first time, I would have been okay. I think something about the fact that I went so far the last time, I must have broken something, or not necessarily broken something, but I guess a better way to describe it is whatever I did in terms of the installation process, it wasn't cleaned up, perhaps. So something was left behind that is now creating a clash with the installation. It's looking at something, I don't know. The thing that sucks is there's no error messages, nothing. It's just sitting there. Like I have nothing to troubleshoot. I got nothing to go on.
Alrighty, can y'all hear me? If you can.
Computer.
Alrighty, can y'all hear me? If you can. Loud and clear.
It's still sitting there, man. Wow. Gabriel says I gotta reinstall. That's what we're trying to do. I did the when I start Woobi, it does the uninstall, which apparently doesn't do a good job because something obviously is left behind. Because I'm doing the same steps I did before. There's no reason why I should get stuck. It worked before. I got much further last time, so clearly something is different. So I'm assuming that the uninstall process left something behind, which is in the way. So I don't know. I don't know, Gabriel, do you mean just try again for the third time like Rosso was saying? Even though at this point I would now be doing the same thing twice. The first time we messed up with the Wi-Fi. I didn't connect to the Wi-Fi. So I guess, and that's bad that the installation wasn't smart enough to say, hey, I need Wi-Fi. This isn't going to work without Wi-Fi. Like it didn't say that. It just, I think at some point in time it tried to connect or something. I missed a pop-up and then it just moves on. And then it just behind the scenes tries to do things and then it can't because it's not connected. So it just like complains like, I can't, this isn't working. Like that, you know, that's really bad. I mean, it should require me, it should say, hey, you can't go forward until you connect to the internet because I'm going to need internet. And even if you allow me to continue, when you need the internet, when you get to a step where you definitely need the internet and there is no active internet connection, you should prompt the user and say, hey, we need internet connectivity to continue this. Like I think Windows will do that. Like Windows, or I know I've seen that before where I'm doing something that requires internet access and it'll stop you. It'll say, hey, I can't do this without internet access. Like it's a requirement for the installation. I think this is we're stuck here. So what I want to do real quick for you is yeah, Gabriel is saying that that's how Linux is. It's not as friendly as Windows. So what I wanted to show you, Rosso, I was telling you about this a crappy tablet, but it's cheap, $50. So potentially it's a cool thing because getting this tablet for $50, and that's dirt cheap. It's got a nice big screen, and the sound is one of the impressive features. So you said, Rosso, that you found me through my Unix stuff. So let me see if I could play one of my Unix videos so you can see how the sound is.
University. All right. Enough for the antics. Let's get right into it. This is going to be a little bit of a journey here. What we're going to be doing is we be scripting. No, we're going to create a script. I'm going to walk you through the process.
So that's from an arm's length away.
I'm going to start off with a very basic script.
And this microphone that I'm using is not really set up to really be picking up sound all over the room. So if that sounds good at all, that tells you how great the sound is. Because again, this microphone is not set up to pick up a lot of sound in the whole room or stuff like that. It's really set up for me to be actually, as close to the microphone as possible. So again, if you can hear that decently, then that is how
Arrays and functions.
impressive the sound is.
You name it.
All right, shut up.
So,
Shut
at the end
up.
of this journey,
Shut up. All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna reboot this computer. I'm bailing on this installation. It's a failure. Oh wow. I did a. I was gonna power it off hard, but then I was like, let me see if I can do this in a friendly manner or safer manner. So let me work with the operating system. So let me do like a Control Alt Delete or something. And just when I started pressing keys, it said Ubuntu something. So I was like, okay, cool. You know, instead of just a hard shutdown, like Ubuntu was involved somehow. But then it just completely shut down. So now I'm turning it back on. So I don't know what I did there, but let's see if I can. I'm gonna play something that actually is instead of my crappy video, I'll play Netflix. So this is an actual professionally recorded. The sound should be at its best.
This war that you started, you think it's over? I'll dedicate my life to your death. This war will not end. No man will not predator.
So that's an arm length away. And up close. All right, enough goofing around with that. So we're good to go as far as Windows. Windows is still there. So that's good. So now we can go through the process again. So I'm going to go all apps and scroll over to File Explorer. And then we're going to go ahead and find in my downloads, start up Wooby. Wooby. All right, Wooby. So we're going to do the uninstall again. I'm not feeling too optimistic, guys, because remember, this is the first time we're now doing the same thing 2 times in a row. So there's no reason technically why it should work. But I'm going to give it a shot anyway. Computers are funny sometimes. Sometimes you need to put logic aside and stop thinking too much and just go for it. Sometimes you get lucky, right? Because while you start, you're all stuck in a, this is the way it works, this is how it's gonna be. I know this system, I know Linux, I know Ubuntu, and then you waste time trying to figure out things. And in the end, simply trying again the same steps, it actually works the second time, right? Because you're basing your analysis and your strategy based on what you see. To me, I'm doing the same thing twice in a row, right? But I don't know everything that's happening behind the scenes. This Wooby thing, I don't know the code. I don't know what Wooby does step by step, right? Even the Ubuntu Studio installer, I mean, there's a lot of things going on that I don't necessarily know details about what's actually happening. So here's the deal. The first time I did installation, I got really far. I didn't have Wi-Fi, so I got stuck at some point. Now, when I restarted and I went through the installation, something was different that caused the installation to get stuck early in the game, right? But how do I know what happens between the time that I ended that failed install, the last one, and now? Maybe part of Ubuntu does some kind of check and realizes a problem and fixes it for me. You know, sometimes that happens. It may not even be intentional. Something about stopping installation at that particular point, part of the code may actually write some files or delete some files. There may be some unique action that the code instructs the computer to do when I stop the installation at that point. Maybe even the fact that it got stuck. Maybe there's part of the code that says, "Oh, this is evidence that there's a critical problem with installation. So run this subroutine that does like some kind of cleanup." So then, if that's the case, technically speaking, I'm not doing the same thing that I did the last time, because the last time, whatever changes that were just made by this new subroutine weren't there. They're there now, right? So because I don't have all of the evidence, I don't know every single thing that's happening. I can't be so stuck and so stringent that, oh, I already tried installation, doing it again. Why would it work this time? I'm doing the same thing. You don't know that you're doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing. But is the computer doing the same thing? Is the software doing the same thing? I can't tell you that. I don't know. Okay? Completing Ubuntu installation. For more installation boot options, press escape menu. Completing Ubuntu. That looks new. Completing Ubuntu installation. I don't remember seeing that before. It just says 0. That was literally just text on the screen on a black background. So that was a command prompt deal. So now it just says Ubuntu Studio. Oh, where's my chat? I forgot. I can't even see you guys. You guys could be making fun of me. I can't see the chat right now. There it is. Gabriel, yes, we're doing Ubuntu Studio. Yeah, Rosso says pretty loud for a $50 tablet. Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's the pop-up. There's the pop-up. Oh, so it actually is working this time, guys. There's the Wi-Fi pop-up. So now I'm going to connect. I'm going to make sure I'm connected before we continue. Oh, man. Oh, it's not allowing me. What? Okay, there it is. There it is. It's a little funky, the touch screen. All right, so if I go to more networks. So you see exactly what I said applied. We did the same exact steps. Second time around, I've gotten to the beginning of the installation. Last time I did not get this far. And now I'm going to connect to the Wi-Fi. Authentication. Woo! Connection established. Woohoo! Okay, so we're connected. The last time the installation failed, very likely because of networking issues, because we weren't connected to the internet. We definitely had networking related issues specifically come up after the fact. So even if the first problem with the installation was not internet related, we know at some point we did have internet related problems, because after like it froze or whatever and I continued out of that, there was another error that popped up that said networking failure or something. So one thing we're sure of is that networking connectivity was a problem. It may not be the only problem that we experienced, but it was definitely one of the problems. So there's a good chance that this time we might be good to go. So now we're back to doing the installation. Whoa. I guess I'm not sitting properly in this chair during this live stream because my back is now my back is like, whoa. It's not really hurting me that bad, but I'm a little, I should stretch. Do you guys exercise, by the way? I'm trying to get back into my exercise routine. That's definitely a good thing to take care of yourself, be healthy. It's good for motivation, energy, stress management, and just your general health. If you want to get the best out of yourself, you should treat yourself appropriately. People take better care of their possessions, their cars and their phones than they do their own bodies, right? You know, like they have high standards. A guy with a car, you know, I can't use. I gotta use the best quality this, best quality that. You know, I don't want. I have my car covered all the time, and whatever the rules are, you know. Same thing with your phone. It's got to be in the case, and whatever else. All kinds of weird little things. And then your body, you just eat whatever, just do whatever, and your body is like your most valuable possession. Like, what's going on? You know, it doesn't really make any sense, but that's how some people are. A lot of people are, actually. So I got my little back massage going on. Actually, I have a back massager, but I just need to stretch a little bit is all. I got this Homedics or whatever it's called. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this? It's actually pretty cool. It's a back massager. You basically put it in the chair. I don't know. Maybe I should run it. So here's the remote. Got a little remote control. I don't know if it's even plugged in. It's not plugged in. You know what? Why not? Why not? Let's get a back massage in the middle of a live stream. Who the hell says I can't do that? What rule says I can't get a back massage right in the middle of a live stream? I got the cord all tangled in my chair. Alright. Great. The laptop power is blocking the plug for this. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna do a little 15-minute thing or whatever. Alright, we're getting a massage, guys! Unfortunately, it won't be from a pretty lady, but whatever. The installation is going along so far. It's gonna take a little bit. Oh man, the wire, the power cable is all. Oh, I see what it is. It's all wrapped around the chair. Let's unwrap it. Unwrapping. There we go. What a mess from spinning around in this damn chair. Okay. There we go. There we go. This is happening. This is happening. Alright, so where's the control? There's the control. Alright. Whoa. Alright. Now I'm all like super close to everything. Gabriel says, hell yeah. Gabriel's down. Gabriel's down with getting a massage in the middle of the live stream. Alright, the installation is still going. I know you guys are like, this guy, how is he? He's never gonna get this done. It's going. It's going. I don't have to watch it. Right now we're just waiting. It's doing its thing. Right? So while you're doing that, we're gonna hook up the trying to get it so you can see it. So here's my remote. So we're gonna do power on, and let's get a kneading or rolling. I don't know. Kneading or rolling. Let's get kneading. How about that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! Gabriel B, where are you listening in from? And where did you discover Computer Programming University? What was the first video you watched? Rosso says OMG. Woo! T-Dot? What the hell is T-Dot? Now I gotta look that up. What are you? Is Gabriel making fun of me? Is that like some, oh, Toronto. Oh, is that like an abbreviation or is that a typo? T-Dot. Gabriel, how did I help you with a Linux script? T-Dot is Tennessee Department of Transportation. All right, it says it's copying files right now. Whoo! Maybe we finally get this thing. I hope so, because I want to go ride my bicycle, man. I've been getting back into riding my bicycle. I got this, I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of used, right? Like the tablet, I got this off of Amazon, used, 50 bucks. It was in great condition. I mean, there's like a minor, like a little, see that little line? I don't care about that. Like, who cares about that? Like, whatever. I don't care about that. And that's just on the back. The screen was no scratches. All the packaging. I mean, the product itself has its issues, but this is a budget type of tablet subsidized by Amazon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept, but a Kindle, basically what they're doing is Amazon is trying to, this is basically a marketing tool for them, right? The idea is that this gives you convenient access to the Amazon world, right? In terms of your books, your online books, your ebooks, Amazon Prime, being able to stream the videos, so video streaming, in terms of being able to buy stuff. So pretty much all of their online products, the idea is they want you to have this and basically encourage you to buy more stuff, right? Because you have this mobile device which plugs seamlessly with their world, and what they're doing to support that effort is they're basically, the price of this is under what it should cost. So this is not being sold at a profit, it's being sold at a loss. So here's the idea. So it says retrieving files 31 of 31, scanning mirror, so moving along. So you can, so marketing, right? You can spend money in marketing in a lot of different ways. You can do advertising like commercials on TV, billboards, online ads, stuff like that. Or you could do something like this where basically they spend that same money they would spend on commercials and normal advertising, and they use it to subsidize this. So they're paying for some of this for you, so they can sell it at a lower price to sell more because, whoa, it's so cheap and it has this technology. So they sell a lot of them based on that. And then as a kind of part of the deal here, I don't know what it's doing. The screen is black. It's not saying anything. Every time you start it up, there's an ad. See that? That's an ad. It's advertising Iron Chef Gauntlet on Sundays. Download the app to watch. So there's a Food Network ad. So that's the price you pay to get this hardware at a greatly discounted price. But who cares about that? I don't care. All I do is I unlock it and I'm in. Who cares the fact that the lock screen is an advertisement? Like, I don't care. If I can get really cool hardware for cheap and all I got to do is look at an ad on there, like, I don't care. And then, of course, it's their software. So when you go on the main page, I mean, of course, all the stuff is there. All of the Amazon stuff is on there, and it's kind of focused on that. Like, there's my books. There's video, so it's the online streaming service. You guys can't even see this, but anyway. So that's the deal with that. Let's see what's happening with this installation. It's been on a black screen for a minute now. Is it just sleeping? Oh, it was just sleeping because I saw the hard drive light flashing. So I was like, what's going on? Why is it black and it's like flashing? It's because I unplugged the laptop to plug in the damn back massager, right? I plugged up the laptop to plug in the damn back massager, so therefore it's running on battery, so it shut down the screen to save battery power. But we're good. It's downloading language packs. I think we're actually further along than we've been. I believe. I'm not sure. But downloading, right? We couldn't have downloaded the first time because we weren't connected to the internet, so we definitely didn't get this far. So that's evidence that we're actually further along than we've been before because we definitely ain't doing no downloading. It says 10 seconds remaining. See that? Downloading language. So when you say I helped you, Gabriel, you mean that you watched one of my videos that helped you out in terms of you were able to learn from the video what you needed to do your bash scripting, right? And thank you. I really appreciate the positive comments. I work really hard on these videos. I've been doing them for a long time. It's kind of a labor of love. I mean, I did them for years without making any money at all. Now it's like $20 or $30 a month or something like that. So it's really the amount of hours that I spend putting the content together that in no way financially compensates me for the effort that I put in, and also the benefits that so many people experience. I've heard people message me and say that they basically started their careers as a result of, you know, my videos helped them to kind of start their careers, help them to learn what they need to learn, and advise them in terms of what they need to know to get started in the finance industry, and you know, stuff like that. I love to hear stuff like that, and it's really motivating. And it was really the core mission why I started. Again, I started before AdSense and all this like this financial stuff. I mean, there was no money to be made. I was simply trying to help out other people. So I always love to hear positive things like that. Although I do have to figure out, like, I'm trying to get sponsorships and stuff like that because, you know, time is a very, very precious commodity, and I want to be able to put out much more content. But to do that, I really need to have a budget because I can't do it all by myself. I got the full-time job. I got my own stuff I'm working on. I want to have an actual life. Today I spent my whole Saturday working on this laptop, right? So to do that, I need to be able to have a budget so I can delegate, hire an editor, hire people that I can delegate stuff to, because obviously my career comes first. So I have minimal time what I can devote towards the channel and videos. So I need someone to help me. So to do that, again, I need a budget so I can actually, because I can let's say for example, I could do a voiceover talking about something, sharing something, and then have someone cut it to a video, you know, add some images and stuff like that. It's easy for me to do that, right? Because that's something where I could just take out my little recorder at any place, anytime. I could be at a family's house. I could step away for a second and do an audio only thing and have somebody do the edit with the visuals and stuff like that. And there's other things as well where I could go through a full demonstration, and it could be like 15 minutes of me talking about something, and then it's going to take me time to go and edit that and cut it down and make it more concise. So rather than me doing that, I could delegate that and have someone else do it. So a lot of flexibility. So we're at completely removing. It's flipping so quickly. Removing all kinds of stuff. I know that's a good sign or a bad sign. Let's see, Rosso. Red Star Belgrade. So I'm not sure what's happening right now. It's saying completely removing. Gabriel, financial technology specialist. I think I'm supposed to actually be leaning back in this chair for this massage to be working properly. Whoa, but I'm not doing that. Running post-installation trigger. That sounds good. Post-installation trigger. Oh yeah. Let's do a pre-post installation celebration, assuming that this actually works, right? Preemptive celebration for the successful installation of Ubuntu. All right, you guys ready? Alright, it's doing something. I don't know what's going on. I got a black screen. I have a black screen. I don't know what that means. Now it's got the Asus logo. Just trying to boot up. I think I'm totally screwing the pooch on this this massage because I'm not leaning. I gotta put my weight on this thing. I keep leaning forward. I think the main point of a massage is you're supposed to relax, and I'm not relaxing. I'm like all into this installation thing. Oh, that looks like, oh, that's what that removing was. It was actually removing. I must have missed an error message. Wow. It actually, I think it removed itself. Unless there's a dual boot. I don't know if it automatically sets up a dual boot menu that I need to pay attention for, so I have to actually select that OS or something. Oh man, but then why would it be removing though? That definitely didn't look right. It just said removing this, removing that, removing this, removing that. I don't know. I may have jumped the gun in celebration, guys. Let's do a restart and pay attention and see if there's any kind of boot menu that pops up. I'm really hoping that I'm not back to square one again. I would really suck. Oh, man. Rosso Odam is right. I don't see a menu. Oh, it's booting into Windows 8. It's kind of crazy if it would actually go and remove Ubuntu completely without even telling me. I mean, I'm sure it may have popped up an error message or something that I missed. But how could that be? Wouldn't it like freeze and say installation failure, blah, blah, blah? Like, why would it just on its own, like, oh, there's a problem. Okay, let me just remove and don't involve me, the user. Like, that's kind of crazy. Let's restart. I mean, no kind of boot menu popped up, so I mean, I don't know. I celebrate a little bit too early. All right, guys, this is all fun and games, but now it's actually getting a little frustrating. Which is great because now I can go out and address my frustration with a bicycle ride, which is good for my health. Maybe do my workout that I plan on doing. Get away from this computer. I don't think I have a USB with enough space. I did plug it in. How much space? Yeah, I mean, I guess I could, right? Because the method I'm using is not working, so I should try something else. Oh, okay, just popped up Infinity S. So let's see what kind of space is on here. Oh wow, I spoke too soon. It's a 7 gigabyte SD card, which appears to be empty. I guess I apparently already deleted all the stuff. Oh yeah, thank you, Infinity. This is my card. Yeah, that's enough. I don't need more than this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna completely format it so there's nothing on there at all. I'll just call this Ubuntu boot. Now I haven't done an installation from a flash drive in a while, so I got to do some quick research. Do any of you guys know offhand how you do a? I'm pretty sure it's easy to figure out, but how do you do a installation from a flash drive? Rufus 7. Let me look at articles that are recent. Ah, there you go, Rufus. Rufus is in the house. All right, so I guess we're gonna do a Rufus setup. So, where's my chat? Hey, Rosso, since you've done this before, what's the basic deal? I gotta download the installer, obviously. So Download Rufus. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and run it. I thought I started it. Let's start it again, I guess. Okay, so it's already running. I don't know where it is though. It says it's running, but I don't see any display. I don't see it running in the background either. So I'm not really quite sure what's happening right now. Is this normal, Rosso? Okay, I see it now. I see the excuse me. I saw it in the taskbar. Okay. So now it's saying device. Okay, so it sees the flash drive. Partition scheme and target system type. What did you choose, Rosso? I'm not sure what options I should choose here. I guess I'll follow this, right? So it says MBR, FAT32, Ubuntu boot, quick format, create bootable disk, FreeDOS, 1Pass. Okay. I think that looks good. Alright, so I'm clicking on the start button. Let me put this on so you guys can see. Click on the start button. All the data on the device will be destroyed. Oh no! Rosso, why didn't you warn me it was going to delete all the data on the flash drive, man? All my files were on there. Okay, so it's done, I guess, right? It says ready, so... Why does it still say start, though? So I guess that's it doing its job. It'd be nice to, to have some timestamps. Why are there no timestamps in this log? What kind of log doesn't have timestamps? Come on, guys. So I'm not sure. Rosso, is this done? It doesn't really make it very clear. It sure looks like it does, but then... Why is there a start button? I thought it did this already. The chat window. Oh, okay. So you're saying I got to do this? Oh, I didn't. Is that what it is? I didn't choose the. I didn't choose the ISO, and I don't even know where it is. It should be in my downloads folder. What the hell's going on? What's going on? I just downloaded it yesterday. I hope I didn't move it when I put it on the my SD card. Well, I could just get it back from the SD card, right? But it should be on here. I'm hoping I didn't move instead of copy, right? I don't see it in that in the downloads folder, unless I put it somewhere else. I think I should just stop wasting time and get the SD card. I don't know how long it's gonna take to copy from the SD card. It can't be that long. It's not that big. It's like 2 gigabytes or something. But how long does it take me to actually find it? I think I moved it like an idiot, so it's no longer on my. And yeah, I could download it again, but it takes a little while, especially live streaming. I'll probably take up so much of my bandwidth. Oh, I think I found it. Yeah! I moved it to the H drive. Okay, that's why. This system still has a very, very small boot drive. Because of an SSD drive, when SSD drives were really expensive, so I got a really small one. So it's really cramped in there. And I am having a little bit of trouble figuring out what I can delete on there. It's usually usually I know where to go to find a bunch of files I can delete, but this time around it's like I have a folder size software that tells me what the folder sizes are, so I know where a lot of the space is being taken up, but I don't remember what the deal is. But for whatever reason, it wasn't as simple as just like, oh, let me just delete this stuff. So I'm kind of in a bind right now. I don't really want to rebuild my system right now. So in the meantime, I really have no space on my boot drive. So I put it on another drive. So anyway, so it's on the H drive. So if I do this again, and I simply go to H drive and choose this. All right, so that should be it, right, Rosso? Create a bootable disk using ISO image. Okay, let's start. This image uses 6.03, blah, 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 but this application only includes installation files for... Ah, what does that mean? Oh, because of the Rufus version? Is that what it is? Tw 214. Yeah, that looks like the version. Ah. Oh, so it's saying, is there a workaround? I can download these files, it's saying. I can download these files that are needed. The files will be downloaded in the current application directory and will be reused automatically if present. As new systems of System Linux are not compatible with one another, and it wouldn't be possible for Rufus to include all, 2 additional files must be downloaded. All right, I guess there's a workaround, so let's try that. Okay. However, if you encounter issues during boot, you can try writing this image again using DDD. All right, let's do ISO. All data will be deleted. All right, let's go. requesting disk access, closing existing volume, creating file system. Task 2 of 5 completed. So I've been at this installation for approximately 2 hours now. Well, that not the whole 2 hours I was doing the installation, but 2 hours have gone by. Got wonderful weather outside. I'm hearing thunder. Well, this is sure taking a while, huh? I guess I don't know if the drive is slow. Wow, Rosso, it's 1:30 in the morning. What are you doing up so late, Rosso? Are you a late bird? Wow, this is slow. And the wonderful thing is, the rain is coming down. It's coming down. I'm going to let you guys hear the rain. Hopefully. Wow. Sorry about that. I forgot I had the gain cranked way up. Just trying to see if you guys could hear the rain, but with the gain so high, I can't speak so loudly. I wonder how my voice sounds right now. I'm whispering. I'm basically whispering into the microphone right now. enjoyed the rain sounds. Let's see, the levels are good now. So the levels should be back to, okay, good. This thing takes a long time. Still going, still going.
Options are just like coupons.
Sir, Unibravo Alpha Delta Night.
I have two great reasons why you should subscribe to this channel right now. What is the bid price? Number one, because you want to learn all about trading and trading technology and not fall asleep and not get a headache. My videos make you smile and make you finally understand complex topics like no other. Number two, because rather than listen to me self-promote, you're going to take a look at what some of my viewers are saying about my videos. Don't take my word for it. The proof is in the pudding or the comments.
Looks like we're almost done, folks. She is flying right now. Finalizing, please wait. And it says ready. So it actually says ready when it's done, like it did before, but this time I assume it was actually successful. It's really weird the way it ends, the way it began. It makes it kind of confusing. But I'm going to assume this is actually that we're done and this was successful. All right.
It's raining!
All right, so now I guess we just close this, right, I presume. And now I just boot from this thing. I mean, I presume that's what we do. Click the CD-ROM icon next to, which is with the step that I messed up the first time. Click yes when it asks you to download select software. Yep, we got that. Wow, if I actually follow the instructions. If I actually follow the instructions, I'd be good to go. But this application only uses okay. Hi, look at this. Is exactly what we went through. Wow. If I only read when restart your computer. When it's finished, just restart your computer and start using Ubuntu, or you can install Ubuntu. So I guess they're saying that I can just literally just plug this thing into the laptop, and then it's going to just magically work. All right, so, all right, let's get this massage chair nonsense out of here and get ready to start up our Ubuntu, right? Hopefully. All right, let's get the party music going. Let's hook up that party music. All right. Party music. Last time I got screwed by celebrating too early, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and shut down the laptop because I screwed up my microphone gain. It's too low right now. So let me get the first of all, let's one step at a time. Actually, let's fix the mic first. Let's get this done. Okay. So the levels should be good. Levels are good. So we're actually going to start. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and eject the card out of my desktop, which is the computer that I'm streaming from. There's my Ubuntu. So for the record, it took up 5 gigabytes. It took 5 gigabytes on my 7.6 gigabyte flash card. I'm ejecting it now. It has been successfully ejected. So now we're going to install the Infinity, Ubuntu Infinity. that's, we're gonna install this right into the laptop. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. Somebody said something about using the USB 2 instead of 3, so I will do so. I just want to make sure the laptop is seeing the flash drive before I reboot. All right, there it is. Sweet. Let's reboot. Oh man, this battery life sucks. 10%. Wow. Just from me doing a back massage. That was one of the negative reviews about this laptop, is the battery life sucks. Good thing I was paying attention. I'd hate to die in the middle of an installation. Where's the power? Let's plug you in. Relax, relax, relax. Alright, so we're plugged in. We got power, we got juice. Okay, so now let's go and do a shutdown. So pull this up. And let's do a... I hate when it wants to do an update. I don't want to do updates. Just restart, man. Windows 8. Like a lot of times when I'm rebooting, it's like it wants to do these damn updates. I did it like 3 or 4 times today. Damn Windows 8. The moment of truth. Come on, baby, come on. Ubuntu! Oh! Okay, so I think I need to activate the boot from SD card. There's like a special way to do it with Windows 8. Again, funky Windows 8 stuff. Back in Windows 10... back in Windows 10. Yeah, Windows 8. Yeah, back in Windows 10. Back in, I don't even know what version of OS I'm thinking of, but before it was there's a boot menu that you would choose, and I could choose where I want to boot from. First of all, you have boot options in the BIOS, which maybe I should check that. I don't know, maybe that could be it. But I remember there used to be like boot options in the menu, so I could choose to add the CD or USB. But with Windows 8, there's this thing where you do change PC settings. So you swipe from the right. I think the gear icon, change PC settings. Let's see where I'm going. I'm in this menu. And I think on the bottom there's an advanced startup. So let's restart now. So Rosso, you agree? Okay, choose an option. Continue, exit, and continue Windows 8. Refresh or restart or reset your computer. Turn off your PC. And while I'm rebooting, I might as well just check what the boot options are. Let's give my due diligence here. Okay, so it actually just shut down. It didn't even restart. So that was weird. Okay, so let's go to boot. Fast boot disabled. Launch CSM. Option will controls for CSM. Boot option 1, Windows boot manage. Boot option to Ubuntu Studio. Can I change that? Add a new boot option is an option here. Add a boot option. Okay. Let me call it USB. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing here. But there's an option in the BIOS to add a new boot option. I'm calling it USB. It says select file system. Huh. But then it's only one option. I don't know what this is, man. Path for boot. What the hell is this? I'm gonna exit out of this. I don't know what I'm doing here. Boot. Driver. I don't really see anything relevant to USB. USB configuration? That's not a boot thing, though. I remember someone saying to turn off legacy USB support, so I'm gonna try that. I was hoping just to add USB as a boot option, but there's nothing to do that. Launch CSM fast boot. Boot option 1 is Windows boot, then Ubuntu. I don't know. I'm gonna try that. Let's try this, see if this works. I don't know. Try putting Ubuntu. Yeah, I did that. I put Ubuntu as the first. I should have said that I did that. I chose Ubuntu as the first one, but I don't know what that's coming from. Is that coming from the previous installation? That may have nothing to do with the flash drives. I don't know what. Oh wow. Okay. So now I got an Ubuntu menu. All right. Let me show you what I got. Oh shoot, what happened? Oh, did it automatically select something? Turned the screen and it went away, wow. But now it's starting Ubuntu, it looks like. It says Ubuntu Studio. It's doing something. I don't know if it's using the flash drive. I don't know what's going on right now. And I got a black screen. Oh! Oh! Look at that. I know you guys can't see that. It sucks with this power cord. I'm trying to show you, but can you see that? You guys can't see it. It's a login screen. It says Asus PC. I created a username though. Where's my username? And I thought it's supposed to give me an option to install Ubuntu. What the hell is the password for this? I didn't create an account called Asus. Or maybe I did. It looks like it's taking my password. I don't know. That's not the username I created, though. Oh, maybe I didn't change it from the default? I don't know. Alright, so now it's asking me about Wi-Fi. So I think it's actually running it from the USB or something. I don't know. I don't know. Wow, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at an Ubuntu. Like I'm in it. It's booted up. This is not an installation. This is the Ubuntu desktop. But where is this coming from? Is this from the flash drive, or is this my previous installation is now magically working? So look at that. I'm in a I don't know what's going on. I'm supposed to be doing an installation from the flash drive, not just running it. Let's look at the drives. Removable volume not mounted yet. It says OS and file system. File system, OS. Oh, look at this. Adobe, boot, programmed files. Those are Windows. Okay, so I guess that's my other drive. It's showing me my other drive. So that's the Windows drive. It's visible from here. Now there's another device called File System. So under Devices, in the File System Manager, I have File System and I have OS. OS is basically my Windows boot drive. Because I see these are all Windows folders, right? File System has, so File System, that's got to be drive D, where I installed Linux. So I guess it worked, because here is my Linux installation. How I can confirm this is, let's see the size of it. There we go. 20 gigabytes. That's what we chose for the installation size. But I'm confused, man. How is this the flash drive? This is like what we did before. Because the whole point of the flash drive is I'm supposed to install Ubuntu. We haven't gone through an installation. I restarted the computer. I tried to change the boot order to get it to boot from the USB drive. I selected Ubuntu. That option was there before we created this flash drive. Before we did that, there was always that Ubuntu option. So I think that Ubuntu option was from the previous installation attempts. So all we did is we tried to boot from this thing, and now to do the installation, and now I'm in Ubuntu. And it's not running from the flash drive because there's a 20 gigabyte file system. This is a 7 gigabyte card. Where is this 20 gigabyte file system coming from? So to me, somehow the installation. So wait a minute. So this is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, that would confirm it. Rosso says to reboot without the USB card to confirm it. I bet you anything if I reboot, it's going to come right back into Ubuntu. Let's do that. So let's go ahead and do a restart, and we might actually be done. That's awesome. So I think the installation is somehow completed. So I'm going to do a restart. I popped out the flash drive, and I'm betting that it's going to boot right back up into Ubuntu. There it is. There's our menu. So I think it's on a timer. It must have selected it the last time. So there's a couple options. I bet you if I reboot it again with the USB, that's going to be one of the options as well. Possibly. I don't know. But it says Ubuntu, which is Ubuntu, advanced options for Ubuntu, and then Windows. So basically, I've automatically created a dual boot. I bet if I choose Windows Boot Manager, I can probably boot to Windows. Then it says system setup. So I'm going to choose Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna shut down. You know what's interesting about the way this is set up? I'm betting I can go into the BIOS and change the boot order to have this thing be natively a Windows 8 machine, right? So whenever I start it up, it automatically goes in Windows 8. It'll be like a Windows 8 machine, but at any time I can go into BIOS and flip it and go to this option where, with this option actually seems to be better because with this option, it seems like I have an option of choosing Windows or Linux. You got the boot menu and I can choose which operating system. So I have choices here. But if for whatever reason I wanted to not be that way, I could go back to just booting to Windows 8. But of course, if I do that, I won't be able to access Linux without changing it in the BIOS, right? So probably there's no point in doing that. But anyway, I'm booting it up now with the USB in there. I want to see if there's an additional menu in the boot menu. Okay. No. Nope. Nope. It did not. Yeah. It's not there. So I don't know what happened with this. Well, I shouldn't say what happened with this thing because regardless of what's on here or whether it's good or it's not good or whatever, this computer has to try to boot from this. And I don't think it's doing that right now. I think it's completely ignoring this. Just by coincidence, because I had a problem where I booted up and it went to Windows 8, so I'm like, oh, what's going on? And remember, I was trying to boot from this. I was trying to boot to this. It went to Windows 8, so I'm like, oh, what's going on? And in my troubleshooting, I changed the boot order, right? And when I did that, I think I directed it to my previous installation. And so now it's still ignoring this, but it looks like I actually had an active and valid installation from previous attempts. And it sees it and it boots to it. Now, there may be problems with it because the installation didn't complete completely, so I might have problems later on. But bottom line is, we've got Ubuntu installed on this. Just out of curiosity, though, I want to see if I can figure out how to make it boot from this USB, but I think that was a failure. We did not figure out how to do that, so... Okay, so there's a login. I don't know why it says Asus PC. Maybe I wasn't paying attention and I didn't change the username and I just typed in the password only. That's probably what I did. I mean, obviously. I mean, here's a fact. There's an account on this machine called Asus PC. Fact number one. Fact number two, the password that I would have set works. The only way it works is obviously if I set it. So if I set the password and the account name is this, obviously I did that. So I must have just ignored or missed the username thing and left it, and I just went straight to the password and put the password in. But anyway, so this works. I'm in Ubuntu. There's a terminal emulator here. By default, LS. Yeah, baby. All right. Let's see about software. There's a software. So let's see if I can get my... I forgot my terminal. My terminal was like... that I use in my virtual machine. It's like it's stuck. This is weird. See, I don't know. Maybe this is a corrupt installation. Oh, no, it's just a little slow. The icons popped up. It was just a little slow. So there's all the icons. And now I want to see terminal. Actually, I can show you my virtual machine that I've been using. When I do my videos, I'm using my virtual machine. console. I don't remember what the name of it is. I have a nice one that's really cool. You can do transparent backgrounds. I was gonna just as a test try to install it here. But I don't remember. What terminal software do you guys like to use? There's PuTTY Terminal Emulator. What is going on here? There we go. There we go. Look at that. So let me it's giving me a hard time trying to manipulate this. Let's see. Let's close these other ones. Center. Oh, there we go. So this terminal is, what is it called? Oh, Terminator. So Terminator is what I've been using on this machine. So see that? I like that transparent console. So this is what I used when I do my scripting tutorials. So it's called Terminator. Terminator. I just saw it. Where'd it go? That's crazy. I just saw it for a split second and then it went away. There you go, Terminator. I don't know why Terminator. When I spell Terminator, it doesn't come up. When I spell Terminator, it shows up. I don't get that. Adding the R. I don't know. Whatever. So let's install that. So we're looking good, man. We are looking good. The hell? I thought it installed already, but then it's still there. Okay. So now it's looking like it's already installed. Let's see if that worked. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Terminator. Nice. Kapla! Kapla! Success! Can I zoom this in? Oh, I gotta configure it so it's bigger. So small. We did it! Ubuntu Studio! There's Terminator installed. Woo! Yes, we did it, we did it, we did it. It certainly took long enough, right? Anyway, so on that note, let's turn off this virtual machine here. Get that out of the way. And get this out of the way. With that note, our brief final party. That'll be entirely enough of that. You guys didn't sign up for all that. That's not what you subscribe for the goofy dancing. But yeah, we did it. And wow, it's a good feeling, man. There were a couple of issues. We had the what was the first issue? The first issue was that secure boot thing, which I think was a Windows 8 / Linux thing. So we had to go into the BIOS, disable secure boot. Then I ran through the installation. It failed because there was no internet connectivity, and it didn't bother to say that to me. So I didn't know. It just failed, and then it was like a networking error. During that installation, I was busy showing you guys the screen, and there was a Wi-Fi pop-up that I missed. I didn't know what it was, so I should have connected there. That would have prevented it. Anyway, started the installation again. I was like, all right, I'll just connect to the network. Couldn't get that far. It was hanging early in the process. I think we got a black screen with a flashing cursor. Nothing was happening. The hard drive wasn't doing anything. So I was like, what the hell? What do we do? And then we decided, rather than wasting time thinking too complicated, we said, let's just, I think, Rosso, you were the one who said that. You said, just try it again. I was like, you know what? Sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to stop spending time. Let's put this to sleep here because this battery life sucks. Let it charge faster. So yeah, sometimes you need to stop being complicated and just give it a shot. It didn't work last time. Try it again. Even though you're doing the same exact steps, remember, you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. Something may have happened between the last time you installed and the current time. Something that was broken the last time might now be fixed. It doesn't hurt. Just give it a try. Second try, it might work. I mean, if 2 tries in a row doesn't work, and probably want to try something else, but give it a shot. As you see, we did that, and we saved a lot of time. How much time would I have spent trying to troubleshoot and figure out why isn't it working, and researching online when all I need to do was just try it again. So I tried it again. It went through. Then what happened? Then it went through the whole thing, and we thought we were good. I think that was just the cleanup. That was the post-installation cleanup. That's why it didn't stop. Remember I said, because it went through the whole thing, and it was like removing this, removing that, removing this, removing that, removing this. And I was like, that's weird. Is this supposed to do that? And then it just rebooted. And then when it rebooted, we were back in Windows 8. So I'm like, oh, like all this time wasted. I thought we installed it, and we're just back to Windows 8. It's like nothing happened. So I made the assumption that the removal was it removing the installation and starting over because of another problem. But in reality, I think what happened is, now looking at how everything happened, looking at all the facts, this is what I believe happened. We went through the installation completely to the end with no issues the final time, right? End of the installation, the final step was to remove probably temporary files that were used for the installation. I'm going to assume that, right? That's an assumption I'm making. So that's what we saw. Remove this, remove that, remove this, remove that. So it's removing the temporary files because the installation's done and it's successful. However, once it was done and it rebooted, the thing is, the boot order was not affected by the installation. Perhaps because we installed on a second partition. Keep that in mind. There was a main partition which Windows 8 was on, and then there was a second partition which I chose to install using Wooby. I chose the second partition to install Linux on, or Ubuntu. So after the successful installation and we did a reboot, the main partition was untouched by the installation, so it's still pointing to Windows. So it did what it's supposed to do. It booted to Windows, right? That's what's supposed to happen. I didn't change the boot to something else, right? All I did is I installed Linux on another partition. Who the hell cares about the other partition, right? The way the system is set to boot up is on the main partition. The main partition is set to go to Windows 8, right? So it booted up to Windows 8 like it's supposed to, totally ignoring whatever nonsense I did on the second partition. Oh, you installed Ubuntu on the second partition? Oh, cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. Like, that's like, computer's like, I don't care. I'm gonna boot to the main partition. Main partition says Windows 8. We're going to Windows 8. So, me not realizing this and thinking, oh, it failed again. Now I gotta figure out what's wrong. So we said, let's give up on this installation method. Let's install from the flash drive. Okay, that's a good troubleshooting step. Sometimes, maybe the method that you're using, there's a problem there, and rather than spend time or waste time figuring that out, try another method, because that might just work and you're good to go, as opposed to spending a lot of time trying to figure something out. Not because it's not that it can't work using the method you're using. Maybe it can work, but how long is it going to take you to figure it out? Try another method. The bottom line is to get to the solutions as fast as possible. We tried the flash drive. So what happened with the flash drive is we were unable to figure out how to make it boot to the flash drive, right? So I put the flash drive in, booted up the computer. It completely ignored it, so it just booted up to Windows 8. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? So I went into the BIOS. I'm like, okay. Well, first we tried to go into the general PC settings, and we tried to change it to boot to the USB drive, but I think it just shut the machine down. Then it booted up. I said, you know what, let's go into BIOS and see what's up. So I go into the BIOS, and there was really no, like, choose USB option. The only thing I saw in there was add another boot option, but then there was no way to choose USB. It just had like one option as far as like some PCI something. I was like, what is that? I can't change it. So I'm like, okay. So that was useless. And then I looked at the boot order. So the boot order was either the Windows or Ubuntu. Right? Windows or Ubuntu. That's the only option. The Ubuntu option was probably from our initial installation that actually did work. So as a troubleshooting step, when I changed the order to start with Ubuntu, that's what it did. It looked at this Ubuntu partition, the second partition with Ubuntu on it, and it went over there and tried to boot. It found the Linux boot files, and it actually booted up Linux. The Linux that I had installed a little while back. A little bit of time was wasted when I was thinking that the installation didn't work. Right? So, I don't know, I might have added another 20 minutes to the installation because of me troubleshooting. What's wrong with the installation? The installation was probably fine at 20 minutes ago, right? So now that we've changed the boot order, which is what I should have done before, now it looks at the second partition. It sees a valid Ubuntu installation. It boots up, and we're done. We have successfully installed Ubuntu Studio on the Asus 200E laptop. Thank you to Raso Vranjevek. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And also to the other people that joined in on the live stream. In particular, we also had, what was it, Gabriel Bonilla, or Bonilla. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And also PDog190. Who thought that my Asus laptop had a lightning port, but it's all good. It's all good. Thanks for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking on the like button. Everybody click on that like button, and I will see you soon.
Subscribe to this channel right now. What is the bid price? Number one, because you want to learn all about trading and trading technology and not fall asleep and not get a headache. My videos make you smile and make you finally understand complex topics like no other. Number two, because rather than listen to me self-promote, you're going to take a look at what some of my viewers are saying about my videos. Don't take my word for it. The proof is in the pudding or the comments.